You know?
Okay, I have Aliu on the line. Aliu from, good evening.
Hello, good evening to you all.
From Niger State, yeah.
Ali, good evening. How is Niger State?
Good evening. Please, I don't know. I feel like we are dancing here with the military as you are showing us them. We are dancing with them.
I was also actually dancing at the background.
We wanted seeing for long. This is what we wanted to have been seeing. But I want to talk about the issue of deployment of military in an election. You see, I don't know. I feel as a Nigerian that this issue is not even debatable. Because nobody will say that he don't want a security. Yeah. Wherever we see people that are going to protect us to be able to exercise our civil rights, I think it's something that we should be happy of. But the problem is that the situation we found ourselves today in Nigeria raises question over that very issue. Because where we have the military being used, like you have been saying, the issue of this very equity is what is raising alarm. We have been seeing so many videos of Sajur Kohli saying whatever he wants to say. If we are seeing all those kind of a video, what do you think Nigerians would think? There is no way we will go and sit down and feel free or even go out to vote while we are seeing this same military that we had, that they did what they have did in Ikiti, and we have the video, and we have the same people that are alleged to have made the military to do those things still in charge. If we are seeing those people still being in charge, one of them is even given a minister in Nigeria.
Thank you very much, Aliu. Yeah, thank you very much, Ali. Now, before we go on this discussion, I just remember something I want you to throw light on. Deployment of military is also an issue of law and a court rule. Now, if they go ahead to deploy, wouldn't that be going against what the court is
Of course, the Constitution says that the protection of civilians, protection of polling booths, and protection of the society, generally communities, during the election period are the responsibilities of the police. Now, the question is, can we trust the Nigerian police? The Nigerian police, the way it was used even during Sunday Adewusi, Nigerians would rather not want to recall.
Sorry to cut you. Is it an issue of can we trust the Nigerian police or an issue of what can we do about what the law says now?
No, but you also know that I'm not a lawyer, but the INEC chairman has continued to ask for soldiers because he wants an election conducted in a peaceful atmosphere where people will feel that, yes, there is sufficient security for them to go out. That's the point. He wrote a letter a few weeks back asking for the soldiers. We should look at recent elections. Asking for soldiers to be deployed. The last meeting they held a couple of days back, they also discussed the possibility of soldiers being used during the elections. Wow. It's an issue. I'm not sure that Jega will feel comfortable to conduct an election in which only the police are going to be involved. If you say, okay, the police should take charge, they should be the closest to the polling unit, and then have the soldiers protect the communities. Offer support to the police, but let police lead the line. I will agree to that. But let me tell you, there's hardly any Nigerian that you can find who will feel comfortable with the police given their record.
I think as a journalist, I won't feel comfortable.
Given their record, we know how police, they will leave political talks to be snatching ballots.
Let me pick Olawale. Olawale, good evening. Oh, sorry, we lost that.
I'll tell you my personal experience with the police, not in Lagos State. In some southwest state, I don't want to mention the state, during an election of a governorship election, which I covered about 5 years ago, you won't believe it, Jide, that when we went to the governors, where the governor was, the incumbent governor at the time, when we went back there to conduct an interview with him, the policemen that we saw on the field The policemen that we saw on the field were with the governor, giving him reports of the atrocity they committed on the field. How they had helped, you know, the results and all that.
They skewed the results.
They skewed the results. The policemen didn't know who we were. They were comfortable because we were with the governor. Of course, the governor knows, you know, he knew us one-on-one. And I guess he just you know, took it for granted that.
Okay, sorry,
so we can't trust these people.
Sorry, I have a caller on the line. Then Sajay from Kano.
Good evening.
Sagir from Kano.
Sorry.
Good evening.
Yeah, good evening.
Hello, good evening, Sagir.
I just want to make a comment on this police issue.
Okay, go ahead.
I think the problem we have is whenever you are assigning somebody to a task, you have to specifically set what he should go about. Because for soldiers, we know they have their own limit, and for the police, they have their own limit too. So in the trouble areas, at least soldiers, I think they are the most preferred security personnel to be stationed at the northeast and some other areas that need soldiers
Protection.
at that place. While for the rest of the state, I think we can put police with mixed with soldiers so that they can supervise how the election is being conducted, and this thing will at least scare some politicians who wants to rig.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much, Agir.
Exactly.
Yeah, we know that they are listening, and we know that the representatives are honorable men. They will decide in the best interest of the nation. Now, let's quickly go to this other issue, the PVC issue. Now, INEC said no more alien PVCs in Ogun State. Now, also 560,285 PVCs yet to be collected in the same Ogun State, while 785,981 PVCs yet to be collected in Oyo State.
It's in Ogun State. We've been talking about Ogun for some time because the problem is really
the worst hit.
Is the worst hit state in terms of distribution, and we know that it is not entirely the fault of the people of Ogun State. Nigerians who say, oh, those PVCs are lying there, people refuse to go and collect.
They're beginning to see that it's not so.
They can see clearly. Now, by INEC records, let me just read this to you. By INEC records, 1,795,794.
So that's the protest of the people from Ogun State?
Yes. Okay. By INEC's record, those are the registered voters in Ogun State. And INEC has admitted 1.795. And INEC has admitted, crucially, that it has received a total of 1,368,875.
1.3.
It has received for Ogun State. That means there are still about
The figure he's really nice on the screen, so you can watch that.
Now, that means there are still about 700,
yet to be
about 400,000 yet to be released. Yet this same INEC, if this same INEC wanted elections to take place,
exactly, said they were set
on February 14, at a time he knew it was not ready. There's no doubt about INEC was not ready.
Is there an issue of trying to fool Nigerians or what?
Yes, because they saw that clearly they could shift the blame to someone else. You know, it was convenient for them. Now, I read yesterday again that INEC has sent for more card readers. It just took that decision to send for more card readers. As Sunday, this last Sunday, over 400,000 cards meant for Lagos had not come to Lagos. So I can tell you that the reality is, out of all these figures, there will be Nigerians who would want to vote. But by the actions of INEC, by the gross incompetence of INEC, they will not be able to vote. So you cannot say, it is not fair to say, oh, those cards are there, Nobody went to collect them.
Okay, but let me have a quick one from you.
I think INEC should really sit up and tell us the truth, because this telling us one thing today, coming out tomorrow to tell us another thing, it has really placed a kind of burden of integrity on this election.
Burden of integrity.
Yes, whether you like it or not. Because at the end of the day, many people who by their own doing or by any other fault are unable to participate in this forthcoming election will shift the blame to INEC. Because INEC really has not really been fair, has not really been open with Nigerians. And
before now, they told us, we called Kaudedo, and he said all the PVCs were in Nigeria. I remember on this program, only for Jega to go to the Senate and say, 1 million were still outside the country.
We only know of Ogun State because the governor will not keep his mouth, will not keep short. Because in other states that the governors are not really saying anything, you don't know what is happening there.
A quick one from you.
Well, my take is, and this is very emphatic, Jega has never really been ready for any election. Not just this 2015 election.
Yes.
Jega has never been ready for any election. Unfortunately, time will not permit us to go into previous elections. You've covered some of these elections. I mean, you'll be at polling units, they will not bring ballot papers until 4 p.m. Okay. So I don't know why we forget all of this. It's
not that we forget.
It's the same INEC. And it's the same INEC that has not given PVC to
thank you so much. Time is on our side. Thank you, gentlemen, for being part of the program today. I do appreciate your coming. And that is all we can take on today's program. Now join us same time tomorrow as we examine other burning issues. I am a Shomomo Imodo. Now bye for now.